Do the trashy pulp novels of the world have anything to offer? Are bestsellers all they're cracked up to be? Here at Terrible Book Club, we explore whether you really can judge a book by its cover, or its ridiculous synopsis. You ever passed a book and thought, ugh, who's reading this? We probably are.
Welcome to episode 83 of the Terrible Book Club. I'm Paris. This is Chris.
Hello.
This is Dee.
Hello.
And this is Ken.
Howdy. I don't normally talk like
With
that.
our podcasts combined, we are the Terrible Antique Book Freaks.
And we don't do anything good like Captain Planet. We actually make things slightly worse.
No, I think we improve the general well-being of all people.
But we don't even combine and do the whole flashy ring thing, so it's kind of just, it's a little anticlimactic, but still combined.
Yeah. So today we read The Horse of the Invisible from Carnacki, the Ghost Finder. Carnacki, the Ghost Finder. by William Hope Hodgson, with, of course, our special guests, Dee and Ken from the Antiques Freak. So thank you for being here with us today, friends. If this is your first time listening to the show, we don't usually have guests, but what we do usually have are reviews of books that we think will be bad. And we assume they're going to be bad based on a really weird cover or title or summary or some combination of those things. So we do the opposite of what most people do when they are browsing a bookstore or browsing Amazon. Usually this experiment results in a disappointing read, but once in a while we end up liking the book. Today, I do not think that happened. We read a short story and it was all kinds of fucking weird.
There was parts.
Yeah, it was. But
there was parts.
For excuse me. For our content warnings, we've got our usual barnyard language. There's going to be some weird horse stuff going on, ghosts. So I guess if you're afraid of...
Not that kind of weird horse. Hold on. Before we go, not that kind of weird horse
I don't know, man.
No, we haven't.
No,
we're not at that
my
point.
notes definitely include some of that kind of weird horse stuff.
Oh,
okay,
well...
Sure.
Yeah,
Oh, you know what? Let's see if we get into that kind of weird horse stuff.
Okay.
To naturally get into weird horse stuff.
That's true. Yeah. So this collection of stories focuses on Thomas Carnacki, however you want to say it, a fictional occult detective who was created by English writer William Hope Hodgson. I think this was published in, 1910? Ken, correct me.
Originally 1910, collected into a book in 1913.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I was only half wrong.
Sorry, I love the idea of
All right.
corrected into a book.
This story was never corrected.
It was some garbage that a guy found on the ground that was later corrected into a book.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was this the kind of thing where they got paid for the word or something, like a penny per word for your weird horse stories published in this magazine?
It would probably be a penny a page, honestly. I don't think penny a word would be. Whew.
Yeah,
penny a liners.
Honestly, that's what they pay now.
Okay.
Seriously. Yeah, authorship has not kept up with inflation, that's for sure.
It really hasn't.
Or rather, authorship salaries. So how did we end up reading this? It was at the behest of Dee and Ken, I know. I don't remember...
Much like your podcast, my sister has a habit of going into used bookstores and finding the worst possible things she can find and then mailing them to me. Because it's funny.
What a great sister.
I know. She's amazing. So she
Wait,
sent
we should give her our address. Can we give her our address?
Sure.
Okay.
She sent me, amongst other things, including a book called You Are Becoming a Galactic Human, which predicts how all humans will become space aliens within a generation. She also sent me Carnacki, the Ghost Finder, which is a collection of stories about shitty occult Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, like
Ghost
the worst
Finder
ghost
is such like
busting.
a. Yeah, it's like you wait. That's what I was gonna say. It's like at least the Ghostbusters, like that word, it has a lot more impact to it. Ghost Hunters, even on whatever shitty channel the Ghost Hunters are on all the time, has a little bit more pizzazz to it than Ghost Finder.
Ghost Finder. There's a
He
ghost
just,
over
opens
here.
the door. There it is, right here. I saw it.
I found
it. I'm
it.
not gonna do nothing
Yeah.
about it. It's right
Hey,
there.
and
though.
you know what?
Just letting you guys know.
That's the story supports that because he just kind of goes, "Yeah, I don't know.
accurately
Seems like there
named.
might have been a ghost there. See you later."
Yeah, that could have been a ghost. Anyway, why are you still talking to me? Goodbye.
Get out of my house.
Thomas Carnacki,
Get out of
Ghost Finder General. So yeah, the story. It's a short story, and it is quite short actually. Oh, can we talk about how we all didn't know how to communicate the length of a story? So
That's really
before
good.
I started,
No, I was. You know what? I understood Ken completely.
I did not.
It was just you. It was just you.
No,
Okay,
no.
so
I also, the thing is, I actually just kind of like let it happen when Ken describes lengths to me. Well, usually, like in private, Ken will compare it to a Harry Potter book I'm familiar with. So we're like, oh, it's like 2 Azkabans, or it's like 3 of Harry Potter and the disappointing politics on Twitter.
Ooh. Yeah.
So like that's usually my go-to.
Yeah, so because we were trying to schedule when to record the episode, and I was like, all right, well, how long is this? Trying to figure out what made sense, and Ken said a word count, and I was like,
It is
all right,
10,000
author,
words.
fucking tell me how long it is in pages, and then Ken was like, I don't have a physical, it's on the internet. I was like, damn it, and then Dee
It's
was
1/6
asleep.
the length of the average contemporary romance novel.
Oh, God.
I slept through the
like-
whole argument.
And it is
Yeah.
a little shorter than 2 of Walt Whitman's Calamus chapters back to back.
That's really good. I like the
It also might be roughly 100 tweets or something around there if you need a more modern yardstick to measure.
Yeah,
things by.
we couldn't agree on a unit of measurement for length of book, and I think Chris, how did you finally break it to me? Like, what was the moment where I was like, yes, I understand now.
I said it was like a 16th of a Game of Thrones.
Ah,
or
yes,
something.
I was
Yeah.
like, yes, thank you.
so, yeah,
I understand
there's
now.
also on the
Pizza
level about what
comparison, I
works.
believe.
It's probably like 1/64th a Game of Thrones to be serious. Like,
No, I took the numbers and I divided it into the page count to get a specific fraction so that I wasn't just tossing any willy-nilly
look at
figures out
you.
there. I did the math, Paris.
Ooh.
I'm out here rolling facts and figures together like a proper math person that does the
But how
numbers.
many bananas
1/12 the
is
length
it?
of the average Hamilton fanfiction.
Okay.
Now there, we all know that. We've all sit down and read that.
oh, sure. I've never even seen the play. I've never heard the songs. I've totally missed the whole thing.
If you guys need like extra content for like special episodes or whatever, I've got some Hamilton fanfics. I've never seen the play either. I know about it strictly through Hamilton fanfiction.
I love how you said
mean,
that.
you
like you
it's
had
on
them
your hard-
under
it's on
your
your hard
chair.
drive,
You were
Dee.
like,
Don't
I
fucking-
got
Fanning them
these
out, like-
Hamilton fanfictions. If you want
This is
them.
my spec script for Hamilton 2, Electric
This is
Presidential.
primo. This is primo shit. You won't get addicted.
All right, so let's talk about this fucking horse ghost, right? All right, so this fucking book, this fucking short stories about a horse ghost. That's it. It's
No, it's about Carnacki telling other people about his ghost horse adventure. It's all
Yes.
told through like some old guy telling you about a thing that he did.
It's told through Carnacki inviting all of his friends over for dinner, making them eat in silence for an hour, then after dinner, telling them a long story uninterrupted for 10,000 words, and then telling them to get the fuck out of his house and go home.
yeah, it's very strange.
yeah. No other character ever gets a chance to speak whatsoever. Carnacki is the only one that gets to say anything. He says, if you don't like my ghost story, get out. If you did like my ghost story, get out.
He
What
is
a
telling the
shitty
story to
host.
4 named characters, none of whom need to be there.
This could have been just like Carnacki's journal entries or something
Yeah.
instead. Why do we have to have like, I don't even remember their names. One was like Axe Ridge. or something
Dodgson,
like
Jessup, Arkwright, and Taylor. Dodgson is the one
our
who's
credit was
technically
the one.
writing the story, so he's the Watson XP, but like,
Right.
none of the other three need
So
to
Dodgson
exist.
No.
Dodgson is writing down his terrible dinner party experience to
Yes.
others?
This is actually a call-out
Sure,
post
buddy, whatever.
for what
Yeah,
a terrible
exactly.
dinner
This
party
Dude
you can
invited
have.
me over and he talked about a ghost horse for fucking 3 hours.
So that's all right. So yeah, Carnacki is a bad host. He invites his friends over just to tell them his shitty story, and we read that shitty story. And at first I was like, "Huh, a ghost horse. That's kind of a new one. Like usually, if there's a ghost horse, there's a rider involved, and the horse is just kind of like a vehicle, a ghost vehicle. But in this one." This horse had fucking agency. This horse was out to fuck teenage girls. This horse...
Is that what it
Yeah,
was?
he was in love with the teenage girls.
What
I
version of
don't
this
think
did
that's
you
what
read?
it was. That's not what it was, Paris.
Well then, why was he so...
The horse did not want to be doing the fucking. He wanted to protect the ladies, or there was another
Is
reason
it
he wanted
ever
to murder
okay?
them. That
Are
had
the
to-
No,
horse's
it's never-
motivations ever explained?
No, that's why in my...
No.
I'm saying
Nor
that
is the source
I
of the
think
curse.
that the horse is in love with the young women of the family. He wants to love them.
I don't think so. I think it's just some kind of horse-based curse that someone else put upon. Someone else was like, I'm cursing your family. If there's ever a firstborn lady, a horse will come and a ghost horse will come and stomp them to death. But it's not like there was a horse that like was in love with the original firstborn lady of this family.
But
and
why
then
not,
was like,
Chris?
well, if I
Why can't they be star-crossed horse lovers, Chris?
I don't. Well, here's the thing. Now we have to get into can horses be wizards?
I
Which
mean,
don't
the
think
obvious
is a
answer is
thing.
yes.
Yes.
I don't know. I would
yes.
disagree because you don't see in D&D there is no horse race that can be a wizard class. So I'm going
Centaurs.
Yeah, but-
End of the discussion.
Yeah, there are centaurs and also turtles.
Centaurs are not horses. Centaurs
My
are
dude,
not horses.
they are-
Have you heard of
horses.
Pathfinder?
Yes, I have heard of
I
Pathfinder.
can
Yeah.
guarantee you someone out there has made a horse race for Pathfinder.
Right here, D&D Wiki 3.5 Awakened Horse.
Well,
Oh, D, you're my fucking
stand
knight in
corrected.
shining armor today. This is great. I love it.
you're my horse
So
knight.
you
in
can,
Oh,
in
yes.
fact, have an awakened horse awakened by a wizard to become another wizard.
D is my cavalry horse in shining, glistening armor.
Your awakened cavalry horse.
Awakened, yeah. Yeah, so like Ken pointed out, it's never explicitly stated what the deal is with this horse. So I was unsure if, the horse was in love with the firstborn girl and wanted to marry her or whatever, or do horse stuff with her. I don't know. And then, or it could have also just been that, I don't know, the horse hates young women and wants to murder them, but
The horse
I don't
hates
know.
marriages. The
oh
horse
yeah.
is trying
Yeah,
to take
that's
down
really-
the
it's the
institution
ins-
of marriage.
The horse hates love.
Am I a
There's
ghost
n-
horse?
Yes.
There's never
Sorry,
a
this is a really hard way to break it to you.
Fuck.
Yeah, you will see that there is never a problem until a marriage is proposed and about to happen. The ghost horse leaves the ladies alone until she's like, well, I'm ready to shack up and get the whole marriage thing done. Maybe there's a component of, like, virginity here, like when the horse smells it about to get lost or something.
Oh, that's concerning. Yeah, it does seem very British in that way, though, because, like, I also love how their solution to the problem is the most British thing ever. They were like, you know how we're going to stop this? Marriage.
Just do it. Yeah.
It's the best solution to all problems.
Just get married so fast the horse can't stop it.
Exactly. Yeah, so I mean...
How much horsepower does this marriage have? You have to tell me. If it's less than 1, we're screwed.
All right, so to be clear, there's this estate, what the fuck is their name?
Hiskins.
Hiskins.
Hisgin.
The Hiskins family in the north of England.
Lancashire.
Lancashire. They have this weird curse, or it's rumored that they have this weird curse that whenever a girl is the firstborn, so whenever the eldest of the family is a female, this weird ghost horse shit starts happening when she's in her teenage years, I guess. It seems like it doesn't really start happening, as Chris said, until she starts dating somebody, basically. Like, once she has a suitor, the ghost horse comes a fucking clomping. And I guess it's uncommon for the family to have their eldest be female. So it's only happened, like, I don't know. They said it's happened, what, like 7 times, but it's like every 100 years. I don't know. It's pretty sporadic. And as a result, there's never really anyone around who was there the last time to, like, confirm things. So it's always just like, it's just an old myth, whatever. All those women killed themselves or died of heart attacks at 16 for other reasons. You know, it's totally fine.
I love how writing down what's happening has never occurred to this family. Because there is a way to communicate across generations.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Like, you would think somebody would have been like, oh, hey, this ghost horse totally trampled our daughter to death. Real bad. Don't have a female child or let her have a suitor, I guess, if you do have one. Yeah, for some reason, they just have not figured this out. So it's, once again, the time is here. The time is nigh for nays, because the eldest child is female, and she's got a suitor. What's the suitor's name? Someone
Beaumont.
Help me. Beaumont. Unfortunately, not of the Castlevania Beaumonts, because if...
That's Belmont,
fuck, you're right.
The Beaumonts.
Damn it. Belmont, you're right. I fucked that up. I'm a bad nerd. Roll up a fucking... I don't know. I guess you can't roll up...
I'm just going to pelt you with Game of Thrones novels.
Nintendo Power.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Ooh,
A Song of Ice and Fire novels.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
So wait, why was Carnacki summoned to the... he got did he get a letter or something?
Carnacki is summoned whenever someone in England says, hey, this might be a ghost. You know who can find those? Carnacki, the ghost finder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he rolls up and he's like, yeah, I interviewed the family, and then I kind of just didn't do anything for a while. Like, we just kind of fucked around and played billiards and had coffee.
It was a chill hang.
Yeah, isn't that basically what happens for the first day or two? They're like, well, I didn't hear any ghost horse stuff, so we just kind of hung out having dinner and chatting about the upcoming marriage, and that's about it until one night there is a clomping to be heard.
Meanwhile, in the billiards room.
Yeah. There's this whole scene set up with I think they were playing billiards, and then they leave from the billiards room, and then all of a sudden they hear the clomping in the billiards room, and everyone...
Excuse me.
Yeah, hoof beats.
Clock, clunk, clunk, clunk,
Clunk, clunk, clunk, clunk, clunk. This delightful spelling of the onomatopoeia in this particular tale.
C-L-A-N-G-K, and then C-L-A-N-C-K, I believe, is how they do it.
Yes.
Just a nice, that nice GK fusion there. You don't really see that often. What a unique little mouth sound that we get to make together today.
Yeah, and we're not even trying to pronounce Welsh. It's pretty cool.
So they hear the horse a clomping in the billiards room, and everyone's like, okay, I know how to handle this. Everyone get your guns. That's how we solve ghost problems.
That is the solution. Oh, it's a horse ghost? Get your rifles.
It's the only whole weakness a horse has.
Right. That was also very, very perplexing. But then again, I was like, oh, right, they're British. This makes sense.
Carnacki also has his camera with a flash, which is...
Oh my god, I didn't know it was a camera for 80% of the way through the story.
Same.
It was just flashing a horse.
Was a flashlight. No, I thought it was a flashlight.
No, you got to think about, in old British terms, a flashlight is just a light that flashes, not like the torch.
I didn't know that. He said he was just saying flashlight, and I was like, oh yeah, flashlight, yeah.
But it would have been
not
a
even
torch.
thinking torch, right? Yeah. I know. I thought about that later, and I was like, Paris, you're a fucking idiot. It would have been torch. Of course, it's not just a flashlight. And I was also thinking, wait, was this 19 something? What kind of flashlights did they have? I was all sorts of confused about the flashlight.
It was just literally a piece
dummy.
of fire in a small cylinder that you just shown, They didn't have batteries yet then, so that's why I just immediately went to
did.
well, they didn't have
they didn't have good batteries. But
they didn't have D batteries. They had big.
There's no Duracell.
Yeah,
they're not allowed to have my batteries.
Yeah. Anyway, so everyone sets up outside the billiards room with all the clomping going on, and it's Beaumont and Carnacki, I believe, that are up in arms here, we can say quite literally, at the billiards room door, and they decide to open it And when they do, there's a clomping going on down the hall, and they're somewhat bowled over by an immense force, and I think it's Beaumont that breaks his arm after being trampled? Yeah.
Yeah, he does have his arm broken. Mm-hmm.
So someone's arm is broken by a sort of the invisible horse. Horse of the Invisible, which is the title of the thing here.
Not to be confused with the other short story in this collection, The Thing Invisible.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like Hodgson just had a bad time coming up with like a cool way to just say ghost, because he was like sitting there, he's like, I don't know, I don't want to call this just horse ghost. Invisible horse also sounds lame. So Horse of the Invisible.
Well, and it's just such a strange and also kind of lame ghost threat. Like, it's a horse. I mean, yeah, they can fucking kill you if they hit you with their, powerful legs, but I just feel like you can outsmart a ghost horse. Like, it's not.
You really can't, because these geniuses decide to roll up on a ghost with a gun, which step one you've already failed.
Yeah.
It turns out like it's really hard to outsmart a horse ghost when all you're doing is sitting around waiting for the horse ghost to shut up.
Yeah, so they come up with this like elaborate security system, or Carnacki does rather, where he's like, all right, we're gonna protect Miss Hiskins, who doesn't get a first name because she's a woman, I guess. We're gonna get her in her bed, and we're gonna draw a pentacle around her and string up some electric cables and lanterns, and that's gonna keep that ghost horse away. Don't you worry.
The patented Carnacki electric pentacle.
Yeah, I was like, what? Wait, what the fuck?
Later on, to like his buddies that are listening here, he's like, actually, that was all bullshit. I just kind of threw something together, so whatever works. He literally says that I wasn't even sure it was going to have any effect at all. So he's literally just like selling his ghost finding bullshit, which I suppose is, he doesn't say he's a ghost defender or a ghost attacker of any kind.
True.
He's a finder. So expecting him to have a defensive strategy is probably a little too much. But he tried.
Yeah, and somehow it works. Which blew my mind, because I was like, that does not sound like... I don't understand what a electrified pentacle... Like, how would that prevent a ghost horse attack? I don't know.
Well, everyone knows ghosts are afraid of stars. So if you put a star near a ghost, they repel like magnets. Because think about this way, Paris. Can a ghost go into space?
Yes.
Yeah?
Well, where's your evidence, please? Submit to me.
Space ghost?
Okay, well, he's in a place all the time. In the void of space, is there ever a ghost? Ghosts can definitely haunt spaceships, space stations. I'm not disputing that. But in the void between worlds, is there ever a ghost?
Alternatively, the void is full of ghosts.
Alternatively, the void is made by ghosts.
Yeah, is space just ghosts? Is that what we're determining?
I think it might be.
Space is ghosts.
I think all the unoccupied space in space is ghosts, yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? All my theories are being roundly discounted here, so my track record is 0 for 2 currently. Between can horses be wizards?
Hey, we're getting confirmation from the chat. The void is ghosts.
Void is ghosts. It has been decided.
Void is ghosts.
Void is ghosts.
I'm going to need to see your ghost credentials, chat member, please, before I take that to heart, but...
There's some kind of anathema device, so I don't know, that sounds kind of ghostly.
All right, fine, fair enough. I'm just going to take my L's here, because, once again, 0 for 2. Horses can be wizards, ghosts can be in space. I need to hang up the old speculative PhD here.
No. So at this point, what happens... Someone help me. I don't remember what happens next. They have another run-in with the horse. Oh, right, when Miss Hiskins and Beaumont, Tanner Beaumont, Trevor Belmont's shitty fucking doppelganger.
His crappy cousin.
They go out. Yeah, his real shitty cousin. They go out for a walk. And for some reason, they think it's a great idea to go for a walk, like, at dusk. And I was like, what?
Let's specifically go for a walk at night, when we know the bad thing happens.
Yeah, like, because all of these attacks have only been happening at night, which I also thought was kind of odd.
Horses are famously nocturnal.
Yeah.
Yeah, did anyone else find that strange? Like,
also, everyone knows horses can't go outside. So that's why you walk outside. They can't walk on a path, and they can't go out at night. Therefore, we're fine.
All true.
Yeah, the logic in the story is baffling. I still, I don't understand why it was. Well, we then get some idea of maybe why it was only happening at night later, but even the explanation for it is even worse than the initial conception of the ghost horse. So he gets hurt. I don't know. They get hurt again. The Hiskins is all terrified. They have another round of like watches, like night watches outside the room. I think they have an uneventful night. Then the Hiskins' cousin comes. What the fuck? Parsket. So cousin Parsket comes, and the Hiskins are like, "Oh, cousin Parsket, he'll come and kick this horse's ass." And everyone's like, "All right, sounds good."
Noted horse ass kicker Parsket.
I imagine Parsket as Gaston the whole time, which made it so much better.
Kill the horse.
That's valid. That's a valid reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
No one
kicks a horse like Parsket.
Like Gaston. Shoots a ghost like Gaston. Okay, I'm done.
I can't imagine, like, and they were all right with it. Their next thing, they were just like, I'm going to call my cousin. He's going to fuck this ghost up. And everyone's just like, good idea. What?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could see why they'd want another person to help with watches and stuff, but it seemed like they had plenty of servants. I was like, I don't get why you need this other guy. So
you already got Carnacki the Ghost Finder, so now you need the Ghost Ass Kicker, which I believe is Parsket's full title. We just never hear that.
Yeah, Parsket Gaston Ghost Fucker.
Whoa.
Shows up.
Whoa.
Ghost fucker upper,
Okay, fine.
Fuck shit up. Fuck ghost up. He's part of the FGU. Notorious Boston Street Gang. And so he shows up and he's helping with watches, and he's also getting caught up in the ghost horse violence. And then they decide, and I don't really know what possesses Carnacki to say, hey, it's the middle of the day, but let's go to the darkest place in the house and see if we can get any creepy ass ghost horse pictures. Like,
he's got to find that ghost.
Yeah.
It's immediately followed up by him going, I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, I certainly shouldn't have said he was a client. Oh
God.
I certainly should have said to go to the basement. Oh, crap. Especially when it was a horse ghost. So yeah, they go into the cellar here, and Carnacki just starts taking like random shots to, I guess, try to just like find the ghost in the basement or something. And they bring the lady down
and using her as bait was like, are you fucking serious? You may as well have put her in a fucking carrot costume. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
But that is how we get the greatest photograph of all, which is just this woman staring up into the void at an enormous spectral hoof.
Yes. Spectral hoof.
It says
just
enormous,
coming down.
like it was a big horse ghost, like a huge horse ghost,
like a draft horse ghost.
I think it was, like I don't understand. Was it supposed to be like an abnormally big horse or something?
Like a Budweiser horse ghost.
Yeah,
that's the thing. All right. So that I was wondering about that because like big horses, like all right, all horses are big, and big horses that are bigger than your average horse are real. So, but Carnacki's responding to this like this. Oh, fuck! That big horse, not normal.
Yeah, like it was like the hoof was the size of her head, or like even like her body.
That was
just like normal.
What they said.
Honestly.
Yeah,
that's like a Clydesdale or one of those.
Like a Shire horse or something.
The other like long-haired, burly like draft horses. I can't think, but something like that. Yeah, so it was. Yeah, I agree. It was like, okay, that's just kind of like a regular big ass horse. It's not.
Which, to be fair, is terrifying. But
yeah, fair, true. I mean, I like horses are cool, but I get why some people are scared of them because they're not like super smart and they can easily spook and then just like violently murder someone by accident because they were like, oh no, a mouse, and then strike out and kill a stable boy. So it's
sure.
I get the fear.
Oh no, a marriage. And then they strike
oh
out
god,
a marriage.
Commitment. I gotta stop this.
Okay, you can't make any commitments around the horse ghost. It gets really spooked, and it might murder the lady. So you just gotta listen, baby. We have to remain uncommitted. It's just how it is.
We gotta keep this open, otherwise, ghost horse.
Yeah.
I bet you tell all of the ladies that you have a ghost horse that murders your girlfriends.
No, this is a special case. It's just you and I. You're different. I'd totally commit if your head wouldn't be crushed by a ghost hoof.
I know. Look, this is the most British excuse I have ever heard to not be betrothed.
What about, like, I don't like the way you make tea. That's a pretty good, I think,
Your toast is inferior. Good day, madam.
Good day.
I saw you cut in line in a queue. This can't happen.
Yeah, there's some... Yeah, England. What can you do? Anyway, we can't fix England.
But we can destroy England.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So they use the girl as bait to bait the fucking ghost horse in the basement, and it works, and it
but they don't have any
kills her.
plan after that. They're just like, oh no, we'll make the horse appear in a picture, and then I don't know.
Carnacki's really just flying by the seat of his fucking pants. Like you said, when he constructed the protection thing, it was just like he was like, yeah, I don't know, I just kind of hope for the best there, and I guess that's that's a pretty real thing. We all have jobs, and we've all definitely had moments where we're like, yeah, I don't know, we just bullshitted because we didn't have any other options. So I guess
was
that's
Carnacki
fine.
paid for this?
No.
Yeah, like it's not his
he
job.
does not seem to have been paid.
No, it's like his hobby or something. Like he just I think maybe he just goes and gets to hang out at the cool residents and eat their food and play billiards. Maybe that's his pay. He's just a freeloader. He says like, oh yeah, there's a ghost over here. Let me hang out and try to find it for a month. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't find that ghost for this month. Maybe I can hang out for another month on your couch.
Yeah.
We're gonna get that ghost. I swear to God.
Just let me hang out for a little bit longer.
Speaking of bullshit rituals, what did you all think of the Sama ritual?
Oh yeah,
I was so confused by that. What was that?
It was nothing. It was just another.
So the great
bullshit
thing about the Carnacki stories is that everyone sells them on their spectacular world building, which is amazing because there's no world building.
No. Who the fuck said that? Because that cannot be true. I will fight them in this court of terrible books.
What happens is that Carnacki, every 5 paragraphs or so, makes up a new nonsense word, claims he read it in some ancient manuscript, the Sigsand manuscript, and then says, yeah, no, it's definitely magic, but also electricity, so we're good. There's a ghost. Goodbye.
By the way,
one of these rituals that does come up again and again is the Sama ritual, which is S, 3 A's, capital M, 3 A's.
I mean, that's some...
This guy totally sounds like some kind of freeloader that's just making shit up. We're doing the Sama ritual.
We're doing some
I definitely read it from a Sumerian text. It's definitely real. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
see, it's just some ritual signs. I'll just squiggle this here and that one there. That's the first one. That's the 8th one. Don't ask me about the 6 in between.
Yeah.
You can tell my electric pentacle works because it lights up.
Yes.
That's my
very effective.
My absolute favorite Arion album was the Electric Pentacle.
That's pretty good.
Oh, I love it. Arion has some good jams.
I adore Arion.
I really hope that they are able to pull that off live sometime, and also not at fucking Prague Power, because I'm not getting within a yardstick of that festival. Ugh.
Okay, before we get too much off track, let's talk about the rest of the story, of which there's only one point to be made, because the next night after the cellar adventures, turns out that it wasn't really a ghost horse, maybe?
Or was it?
Or
it
was it not?
Or
was
I guess.
Turns out
attacked by the ghost horse again.
Yeah. Turns out
yes,
it was Cousin Parskett donning some kind of horse head.
Horrible mascot costume.
An extremely convincing horse costume.
Okay, guys, but here's the thing.
It doesn't make any sense.
Earlier in the book, they describe shooting down the hallway at the horse ghost many times.
Yeah.
In many instances. And Cousin Parskett is completely unharmed throughout all of this.
I also love how completely unconcerned they are about shooting through a wall, ceiling, floor, or closed door and hitting someone.
Thank you, Ken. I was also like, guys, it's pitch black, and y'all are just like, bam, fucking rifle. You know,
those are not inside toys.
Like, yeah, what the fuck?
I was losing my shit because, like, the one-to-one is literally, like, they see the horse behind Beaumont,
so
who has done nothing to deserve being riddled full of bullets, and then they just shoot in that direction wildly in the pitch black.
Yes, and they do that every time there's an attack. Every single time.
They never change the strategy.
And I can't believe that there aren't, like, servant casualties everywhere. Just, like, dead maids littering the stairwell.
They're shooting their guns directly outside the closed door of the bedroom of the woman they are trying to protect, who is inside. And how she was not killed in the crossfire, I do not understand.
Well, I know, it makes no fucking sense.
Those old guns, they're, wildly inaccurate, so maybe they were just constantly going off completely 90 degrees to the side.
They pointed straight up. They're just like, it's a big horse. If I point up, I'll get it.
Yeah, it just does not make any sense. And then, that was crazy. And then at the end, they're like, well, I guess it was Parsket, but then they were like, well, I guess it was a combination of Parsket and his desire to marry Miss Hiskins, his cousin, because England in the early 20th century.
Hey, still happens.
His love for her and his kind of like playing at the ghost horse myth brought the real ghost horse out, so it was actually a combination of both.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they get into some tulpa shit.
I don't know. I don't know that really makes sense.
He does say that, like, what if Parsket was so horny for this that he actually made a horse ghost?
It's worth noting, I don't think we covered it yet. Parsket dies.
Yeah.
But not because he was shot to death.
Not because he was shot, because he sees a ghost horse that no one else can see, and it ghost tramples him, but because he was standing in the doorway to protect Miss Hiskins, she is not affected by the ghost horse, and Parsket dies in her stead. So, like, isn't that really the true meaning of love? Consider it, won't you? Thank you.
If you're not willing to get trampled by a ghost horse, why are we even getting married? Another British excuse to not get married.
Yes, very, very true. Very true.
I mean, although that is going to be, like, the measure,
Yeah.
My proposal better come along with being murdered by a horse.
Specifically a ghost horse, though. Not a regular horse. That's meaningless.
Oh no! If you can see the horse, I'm rejecting you outright.
Yeah.
True. Corporeal horses.
So passe.
Get to the back of the queue. So I just didn't understand how the horse was sometimes corporeal, like sometimes seemed to abide by the laws of physics and physical objects, and sometimes did not. For example, if it trampled the dude to death and went through the doorway, how did it not just end up in the room with the lady and then kill everybody in there too? I just, like, if it's a ghost and it can go through things and it ends up on the second floor of a house or whatever, like,
if you reabsorbed the negative energy he had unleashed with his horse shenanigans.
That's it.
Oh shit.
Sure.
I'll be taking my Ghost Finder fee now.
Okay.
Yes.
You get to hang out at my house for a month and play games with me.
I gotta say, Ken, you really let us all talk more than Carnacki did with his house guests. So
yeah. Yeah, because that's the next beat, right? That's the next beat. Is Carnacki's like, that's what happened. I can't explain some stuff. Must have been a ghost horse. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I guess before people start questioning, like, all of the holes in the story.
He's not willing to extend the hospitality to other people that he got for being a ghost finder.
One of his friends is going to raise their hand and be like, you shot guns at the living man?
Listen, buddy.
How is their house not riddled with holes?
Listen, buddy, I didn't see you finding any ghosts in my house, so you can leave right now.
Get out.
What a strange story. It was just very odd. Yeah, like the presentation of the story was very odd. The story itself, not very exciting. It was just kind of stupid.
They say these are the precursor to Lovecraft.
Yeah,
Fuck outta here.
Fuck off.
No.
Fuck off. Come on. No.
How though?
No.
Who says
Lovecraft
that?
and Clark Ashton Smith have far different styles
Wait a
than
minute.
this.
Hold
like,
on. Was there some racism I missed in this story?
Chris taking a
Arguably,
fucking
the
dig.
Sama ritual is questionable.
Oh, I was
There
going to
you
say the
go.
fact that
There
it
it
took
is.
place in England.
So H.P. Lovecraft was like, I can turn this racism up. Hold on.
No.
I just like, man, I would really like to read the H.P. Lovecraft story where it's just like, yeah, that totally happened. No, I don't get it. Anyway, bye.
Is that not how all of them end?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait,
Usually
who,
someone dies of madness.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
ghost horse?
You just listen, just because you couldn't understand the ghost because it was an unknowable formation, if you look at it at the right angle, it's all ghost horses all the way down.
All the way down.
all the way down. So now that we've talked about how stupid the story is, let's talk about the writing and some of the phrases and sentences that we all thoroughly enjoyed.
We all
for
loved.
different-
Yeah, I just want to say there's one thing that we probably won't get to because by the time we get to the more heinous shit that happens here, this will be long forgotten. My one pet peeve in the story is Carnacki interjecting from time to time to say, do you get me? Do you understand me?
Thank
Do you
you.
understand
Thank
what I
you.
mean?
And then not letting anyone talk, apparently.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fucking
not waiting for an
patronizing.
answer, not accepting questions to like encourage a dialogue that would lead to a greater understanding.
Yeah, and he's also laying this shit out as plainly as possible, so it's like, how could you not be following along and getting it? I don't really
The
understand.
horse was
Wait
a
a minute.
ghost. Do you understand?
Wait a minute, Mr. Carnacki, when you say the horse is the ghost is a horse...
No time!
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to clarify. Okay, I'll
Get
be
out of
quiet.
my house.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry,
Get
Mr.
out.
Carnacki. I guess I'll go. Hey, Mr. Carnacki, there's a ghost badger over here. Can I
No,
stay?
nope. Out of house.
Okay.
Out.
All right. Okay.
I find the ghosts. You see nothing.
Yeah.
Ye who have not read the Sig's Hand manuscript. Is your pentacle electric? I thought not.
Oh no, it's just a bunch of chalk on the ground.
Out of my house.
Oh, bye everybody. Can I take some food? Okay, I'll just go.
Yeah, don't. Thank you. The food is also a ghost.
Ghost food. Ghost meal.
That's what you get at Taco Bell if you show up at 3:33.
Dude, I've been craving Taco Bell so hard.
I will not touch it with a fucking
man.
6 foot pole.
It's my I don't
incorrect.
really
That's
ever
an incorrect
I don't
opinion.
ever eat fast food, but it's my favorite trash food. It's my favorite trash food.
Crunchwrap
No,
Supremes
it's
are-
my favorite trash food, but I'm pretty sure that even on like in the best days that they were just like wantonly spitting in it. So like maybe that's just like a specific that the Taco Bell near me was full of like really, really ornery teens.
That could be
Wait,
true.
which Taco Bell is this?
It's the new ones. It's been erected after you left New Bedford.
Ah, yes, I've been gone quite some time now.
Yeah, it's on not King's Highway. Jesus Christ. Anyway, it's there, and it's exceptionally shitty even for Taco Bell.
Not
Wow.
to interrupt this survey of New Bedford's Taco Bells, but ghost horse?
Yo,
Yeah,
my
let's get back
PSA,
on.
my final word is: if you haven't had the potato tacos, they're fucking great.
Oh, those are
Eat
good
the potato
though.
tacos.
Okay, back to Ghost Horse and how it was written very stupidly.
Yeah.
Wait, before
right,
we
so-
do that, I'm sorry, I have one moment. I just looked over. Holy shit! The scene where everyone's just like, okay, Parskett got this whole thing together, right? Except, so he says Parskett must have like rigged the bell line that he was going to use to call in reinforcements, I assume, to continue shooting at the ghosts that they can't see. But at some point he just like absolutely eats shit and falls on his face.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like they don't explain like, did Parskett plan for that?
Yeah, that was a
Maybe.
planned pratfall just to make it
was
look
like-
like he possibly could not have tampered with the line.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I have some. Do we want to? I think we can safely start with the neighing.
Okay.
And the
There it
categories of
is.
neighing.
The ghost horse in the room, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so who wants to describe the phrasing here? And then we're all going to have to do our best to do an impression or a performance of what that could possibly be.
I have the relevant quote before me.
Okay. Ken, take us away.
And then, from a patch of blackness to my left, There burst suddenly an infernal gobbling sort of neighing.
Gobbling neighing. So like a turkey horse
No.
ghost?
Yeah, a gobbling. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Everyone here has to take one try at it. The rest of us are going to be the American Idol style judges for this one.
Okay. This is the Neathon.
Okay. So Paris, you're up first. I'm Simon. Ken is going to be Paula, and D will be Randy. Just because I decided that way for this round.
Yes, I got Randy. Fuck you guys.
Okay. Take us away.
It's me?
Yes.
Yeah, you got to start it.
Okay, a gobbling neigh. All right. I gotta get some phlegm for this one. Hang on.
Okay. Whatever you need to do to get ready. You know, it's your picture that you're trying to paint with your throat.
Why do I do this show?
For the gobbling neighs of it all.
For the gobbling neighs. I'm thinking like a... I don't even know if I can neigh.
Stop stalling.
No, I'm trying to come up with a sound. It's hard. Okay, a neigh is like a... Right? Okay, that's like a pretty good, like... That's not really a neigh. That's like a horse noise. So yeah, like a...
That was awful.
10 out of 10.
All right. See, here's the thing, though. Yeah, if I heard that in a dark room, I'd be scared.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'll come up next.
All right,
I'll try
can I
this
be
here.
Simon?
Yeah, you can be Simon for this one.
All right, sick.
Okay, here we go. All right. Neigh, turkey, horse, gobble, gobble, neigh, neigh.
Something we've not seen before on this show.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Wow, a beautiful sound.
Okay.
that
Ken
was
or
really
D, one of you gets to go next.
Ken?
So because of the angle of my microphone, I can't hold water in my mouth to do what I need to do to make this sound. So I'm afraid I must abstain.
Art is hard.
Or drown.
Art is hard.
Okay.
It's true.
Can you give us a dry run?
Yeah. Let's get your version. Oh, that was good.
Okay, all right.
Scary.
That was a little more turkey than horse, but it was good.
I could hear
Yeah,
how
I
the water
laughed.
would have helped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that just leaves us with D
All right.
here.
All right. Just me. All right.
D, please don't drown.
Hold on. Gotta channel my inner ghost horse.
You got this.
Why did all of you add a raspiness to it?
Because
That's where the water would help.
Okay.
gobbling. It's hard.
Sorry, I'm
Okay,
in
so,
the Simon mode right here.
I think it's fair to say that if that is all four of those would be a very scary noise to hear in the dark.
True. I'm going
Yeah,
to
we'll combine them in post.
Yeah, when I edit this all together, don't
Yeah.
worry. We're going to get a nice layered gobble horse thing happening.
Oh,
Here's the
fuck
thing.
me.
Alternatively, if there was no gobbling neigh description, you would have had to assume that this was some kind of boo and neigh combination, right? Perhaps a new or a bay of some kind. So I
See, I was assuming it would be like a classic banshee wail of an A.
Oh,
Just
okay.
this wretched whinny.
I was picturing it as
I don't know. I can't do it. I'm not good at horsing.
I was picturing it as a shrill neigh mixed with a whickering.
Okay. I was
Because
straight up
that's
imagining...
kind of like a. I don't know. It's because that's like a kind of a throaty noise.
Yeah. I was straight up imagining someone combining the words boo and neigh for my horse ghost thing, so it would literally just be a boo or a no.
Man, I would be so delighted in contrast if a horse walked up to me in daylight and was like, "Boy."
So
I'm sorry you're a ghost horse. I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
I have 6 other spooky quotes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's run down the list. I bet we had similar ones for ours as well.
Yeah, we probably did.
As it chanced, something did happen with a vengeance.
so vague.
What a fucking bad sentence.
Because that's the best
Christ.
sentence ever written.
Oh, there were some good ones.
Wait, let's let Ken continue going down their list there.
Sorry, Ken. I forgot that you had a list.
6.
There was no doubt about it at all. The thing above Miss Hiskins was an enormous, shadowy hoof.
That's
No
spooky.
doubts.
That's spooky, I will say.
I whipped round in a kind of mad terror and saw something in the light of the match. A monstrous horse head close to Beaumont. "Look out, Beaumont," I shouted in a sort of scream. "It's behind you." Shouted in a sort of scream.
Shit, I gotta come up with this line here. It's gotta be kind of like a scream. Fuck it,
shout?
let's just sort of scream. That's whatever. I just gotta move on.
Yeah, it's fine. I gotta finish this. Yeah.
I gripped a vast furry ear.
Okay, that one, I did like that one.
That's not spooky. That's kind of maybe sexy for some folks.
Vastness.
I shall never forget the look on Parsket's face, and afterward the disgusting sounds of these great hooves going away through the quiet house.
Why is
Last
it
one.
disgusting?
Last one. "Love's a queer disease!" Exclamation point.
ain't it just,
Yeah.
though?
Only the
Nah,
queers
nah, nah.
have love.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's been my
Only
experience.
The queers.
Can't confirm.
Only the queers.
Okay. There's some other lines here that we have to talk about, I think.
Oh, yeah, there are.
One especially, it's about midway through the story. I know it's different time, different publishing, different culture from America and whatnot. But about halfway through the book, Carnacki goes to slumber for the night, and the way he starts the next paragraph is, "About midday, he knocked me up." Which...
And then they turned breakfast into lunch.
Yeah, if that's how you like to be woken up, I you do you, I suppose. But
Get knocked
boy,
up
oh
and
boy.
have lunch is my weekend.
Knock me up and turn breakfast into lunch. It just sounds like a really weird euphemism. I assume he meant that he knocked on his door to wake him up.
No.
That is the colloquial
Bo-
phrase in English.
No, Beaumont went into Carnacki's room and they had bareback sex in the afternoon. Is what happened. And they got pregnant.
And impregnated Carnacki, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it was
that's
the
what happened.
bareback that summoned the horse.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
mystery
Slow clap for
solved.
D.
Mystery
Slow
solved.
clap.
Yeah, for me.
Some of my other favorite ones were so there was one sentence where I was reading it and I in my mind rewrote the end of the sentence and like didn't even realize it was wrong until I went back to it and was like, oh, that's not even what that said. At the beginning there's a section where they're talking about one of the first hauntings happening when Miss Hiskins is with Beaumont. And it's a couple of sentences. They both listened, and then Beaumont heard it. The sound of a horse outside of the front door. "Your father?" he suggested. But she reminded him that her father was not a horse, that's what I like read it as. And I was like, wait, that can't be right. And then I was like, oh, no, it didn't actually say that. It said, she reminded him that her father was not riding. And I was like, I don't know. My brain just was like, it's this is what it said. I don't know. It was just stupid. That was like kind of a me thing.
No, I read that too.
Listen, that would be the reasonable line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My father is not a horse.
Did anyone else really love when you had to imagine this fucking idiot holding a clump of a dozen lit matches in the hallway?
Yes!
Like, I can only
This is the next scene is that
Handful of matches at once.
a ghost
loose
burnt my house
freewheeling
down.
lit matches. Like, what are you doing?
Are you sure he didn't have them
loose-
like in between the knuckles, like Wolverine style or something?
Like, oh, I'll fight you with my fire fist.
Wait, okay, yeah. Can we also bring up the fact that Carnacki did say that he put on his knuckle dusters in case he has to punch the shit out of this fucking horse?
He's gonna punch a ghost in the face.
I'm gonna take this ghost horse down.
He doesn't even attempt that. He just honestly sounds like some edgelord kid that's like, I had my shotgun and my knuckle duster and I was ready to rumble with this ghost horse.
And then I ran when I heard hoofbeats.
Yeah. My final selection was when they're describing Beaumont going outside to investigate one of the horse hauntings, and he's like, oh, and I heard my sweetheart blow me a kiss. And I was like...
that whole sequence is hysterical.
How can you hear that, my friend?
Just blowing kisses back and forth down a hallway with a ghost horse.
And he thinks that's the thing is, like, he thinks it's normal. He's just like...
But, like...
like, his sweetheart's like, mwah. From the darkness, he's like, like always.
Yeah, and I just don't know what you would hear other than a... But, like, that's such a soft sound. Okay. I don't really understand.
There's also another thing that happens in that passage in which he's like, oh... I confused the blowing of the kiss sound with the rustling of paper or leaf. Like, bro, how dry are your lips where you're confusing?
I mean, they're British, so...
Okay, here is the sound of some rustling paper. I'm going to do some ASMR for everyone. You ready?
Oh, we got more.
Oh, nice.
That's listen, you hear that? Okay, here's me blowing a kiss. How the fuck does that sound? Anything?
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound anything alike. That was another thing that I was like, is this author really just an alien and he like doesn't understand
that would explain
humans? It would, yeah. I think he might have just been an alien. He might have just been from space.
There we go.
He was a ghost. He makes out with ghosts all the time, and that's why he thinks making out with paper sounds like blowing a kiss. That's my explanation. Nice. I'm sticking to it.
That was fucking confusing. I just did not understand that. Yeah, that's all I got for notes. I'm sure y'all have really good ones because there were other.
Yeah. Anything else here?
Other sections.
Or are we plumb out?
I'm still losing it over the fact that, like, just for no particular reason, they just wrote in that he just ate shit in the hallway.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
I don't know why I find that so amusing. But...
yeah, there's just so many choices in this short story that were very weird. And I don't know.
Okay.
Can't really... I feel like some of them can be explained by, sure, it was 120 years ago, sure, it was British, but, like...
Well, everyone, can we fix it? Is there a way to make this better?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think there's half a dozen ways.
Solid anime, right? Like,
anime.
Oh, what? Mm-hmm. What animes have you watched?
Yeah.
No one's powering up here at all, Paris. No one's
Genesis Force Evangelion.
I'm saying we have the material to create a good anime. Is what I'm saying.
Again,
I was gonna say this could be a good creepypasta with some tweaking.
Yeah, that's where I would go with that. But for Paris, I just need to come back. What animes have you seen that this would fit?
All right. The new Castlevania's been on my mind a lot. So I think I was just thinking like spooky stuff.
That's season 3 Ghost Horse.
I've also been listening to a lot of Dungeon Synth lately. It's just taken over my life.
Well,
so my brain is just like in deep dark castle mode. Like that's just where my mind is.
For this to be an anime, Paris, if we're going to go in that direction, the ghost horse would have to power up in the middle of the hallway at some point.
Does it not?
Well, I don't think... Well, I guess clomping around might be its version of power, but there's not enough screaming. There's like you have to be really shouty and yelly to really get...
But what about the gobbling nays? The gobbling nays are the power-ups, Chris.
You know what? Fine. Gobbling. Once again, 0 for 3. I stand corrected on this one. But secondly, for it to be an anime... I need to know how big the boobs of the bride are. I just honestly, like, it doesn't work unless they're...
She's got some bazonka wompers on her, believe it.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
They're gonna have
really
to.
Honka-donka-loos right on there on the front right there.
It's true.
Okay,
yeah.
what? Let's continue down the anime path. I guess you don't have to have a sword for it to be anime. Knuckle duster and gun is pretty anime.
Swords would be safer.
Yeah.
There is a sword. The dad has a sword. He's always sheathing it.
Oh shit! This is an anime, Paris. You were right.
See? Yes.
I stand corrected. It's a Ghost Finder anime. There are power-up things. They put the pentacle on the thing. That's basically Full Metal Alchemist. So, you know what? 0 for 3 on this one. I should keep my mouth fucking shut.
But in terms of fixing the plot, obviously it would have to either be entirely Gaston, parakeet, whatever the God,
Parskit.
Parskit, thank you.
A Prisket, a Parskit.
Yeah, it would either have to be all of Parskit, all of the Ghost Horse, or like they're knowingly collaborating and not like this fucking wishy-washy bullshit. And I think that, yeah, it would have been nicer if they had actually established a curse and not just like, oh yeah, this weird shit happens.
I would love a reason for it to have happened.
Yeah.
Like, she broke off her
exactly.
engagement. Like, her great-great-great-great-grandma broke off an engagement to a horse.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, this arbitrarily happens for reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, like, we need some lore, my friend. Like, okay,
But
all right,
Carnacki's so good with his world building, Paris. What more could we possibly need?
Yeah, so, like, in terms of lore, yeah, so alright, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, like, alright, so 700 generations ago, whatever, 7 generations ago, whenever this started, the eldest daughter of the household had a pony, and she grew up with it into a horse, and it loved her, and then she got a boyfriend, and the horse got fucking pissed.
Well, because she stopped feeding the horse carrots and stuff.
Yeah, but then how does that horse have the power to create a curse? That's the question.
One night
Wizard
on Halloween, the lady and her suitor are out.
Swiggity swooter.
Swiggity swooter coming from that booty.
No. I got it.
Oh,
what
okay,
if?
fine.
All right,
I'll let you go.
We're in England. They got some witchy shit going on, right? So, what if there's a witch who is trying to ruin the family because, I don't know, they tried to kill her for being a witch? That's pretty classic, right? Or she's like a local healer and she botched a heal for them and now they're pissed at her and she's, they're trying to run her out of town and she's like, fuck this family. I tried to save your goddamn kid and, medicine is an imperfect thing, but they're just like, nah, you're just an evil witch and they're trying to get her killed. But so she's like, all right. So she knows what's up with like, she's a witch, so like she understands, animal stuff. She can see the horse is in love with this girl and is like, aha. And so she communes with the horse and is like, all right, buddy, I'm giving you the gift of revenge. And then that horse is a ghost horse with powers. And that's how it goes. Yeah, that's my
I would prefer if at some point the horse was murdered in some way by the suitor or by the couple themselves, like neglecting it.
Yeah, the suitor makes sense. Yeah, like he secretly murders. Oh yeah, because he's jealous because the girl always wants to spend time with the horse, and he offs the horse. Yeah, yes.
All right, that's good.
Chris.
That's good.
See, this is years of doing Terriblo's torture for our patrons has created these monsters within us that can.
Can I have a possible fix?
Yes.
Okay. So the first instance of the curse, it was a misunderstanding, and the girl just gets stomped to death by a horse. But they assume that it's a magical curse. But the family just has very terrible horsemanship, and that is why they are continually being killed by horses.
So it's just like a hilarious coincidence.
They don't want to admit that they're bad at horse, so they're just like, God, these must be supernatural ghost horses.
Hey, you know what? They didn't read that fucking horse manual. They didn't read it.
Yeah, that's my take.
They missed it.
So yeah, mine's a little. Ours was a little more supernatural. Yours is more Scooby-Doo-ish, grounded in the reality of things.
Yeah.
Either way, it works.
Honestly, works better than this, which is nothing. So,
Ken, do you have a fix?
No. No, I don't. I guess it could be improved if Carnacki ever acknowledged his friends in any way except to kick them out of his house.
That's good. That's your fix on though. That's all ideas are valid here. That would also be a vast improvement if there was a reason for there to be this wrapper around the story whatsoever.
I really I can't get over it because it's it's literally just, hey, Carnacki, but what about this one? I don't know. Leave.
Come back to next month. I'll have some food for you again, but don't fucking stay.
Yeah, I mean, they at least could have been like, Carnacki was having a birthday party. I don't know, anything that wasn't just I don't know, he invited us to dinner, we solemnly sat and ate in silence, and then he told us a story and told us to fuck off. I mean, I just don't know why you couldn't have had any other conceit. Like Chris pointed out, it could have been, letters. So many stories of that time were written that way. Sorry, Ken.
No, it's fine. It's just that, every single story is framed this way. Every single story, he invites his friends over, doesn't talk to them, then spews 10,000 words at them and tells them to get out.
Maybe he's like workshopping things with people.
The
like he
first
just, like,
podcast.
Yeah. We found it.
We've done it.
The first podcast.
Carnacki's is
Amazing.
before his time.
Yeah.
Yep. He was
I
brilliant.
don't want to hear any of you give me any lip here. I just want to tell you something, and I don't want to interact with you whatsoever.
Yeah, I really don't want your opinion.
Shove my shitty story down your damn throat, and you're gonna like it. And then you're gonna leave.
And you'll be back. You'll be back for the
You'll be
next
back.
stupid shit story I have.
Don't email me. Mr. Carnacki, what's an email? Get out!
No CNC. Go home.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, like, it could have been, I mean, it literally could have been so many other things that made more sense than that setting. I don't know, the story, like Ken pointed out, he gives names to these 4 friends that come to dinner, but then, like, doesn't name most of the people in the actual stories, which is strange. I don't know, like, unless there was, like, I mean, I know there were other stories that he wrote, right? So maybe, or was this everything for Carnacki?
This is
that character.
No, Carnacki is in all of these 9 stories in this collection, and his friends are never given personalities or descriptions or lines of dialogue or actions.
No.
He definitely for sure has 4 friends, and he can prove it because they have names, but don't ask any more questions.
Yeah, really.
They go to a different school.
Yeah. She lives out of state.
It's so, like, it feels very much like this guy is just like, my guy's gonna be like Sherlock Holmes, but cooler and sexier, and he's got knuckle dusters,
And significantly dumber.
and he's an idiot, and he keeps fucking falling over and eating shit. Like, but it's just like they missed the charm of like, oh, I have this character, he's gonna be the Watson, but the thing is that Watson gets to interact with the story.
Yeah, Watson's there the entire time is the thing. Watson helps.
It's truly...
Watson gets
It's
to
fucking
talk.
mystifying. It's so mystifying. I don't get it.
Alrighty.
So are we reading the other 8?
Oh God. We're gonna have to, right?
Oh yeah.
Wait,
and
what?
Give me an hour.
Yeah, God. Give me an hour and a strong fucking drink.
We could probably just read this live.
Yeah, I know. Oh, God. Should we read one of them?
Oh,
Can
that
we
would
please,
be good.
Can we please
That
do a
would be
live
good.
reading of an invisible horse?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, well, that's promised to you later, all people that are going to listen to this, so we'll put that on the docket.
I know. So sorry, everyone, that
All
we're going
right.
to have to fucking read this out loud at some
Paris,
point.
Never
it's
apologize for
time.
your art.
I think it's time to thank the patrons, Paris.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, so let's do that. Chris, is this a you thanking the episode or a me thanking?
I'll thank them. I haven't thanked them enough.
All
Thanks to our Patreon supporters, Dari, Greg, Will, Veronica, D, right here, Jared, Lynn, Senior, Jakub, Bobby, Black Cat, Jenstina, Mayo Cat, Elliot, Kieran, and Martin. Thank you so much for supporting our show. If you want to help support our show, you can do the same thing and hand us money through electronic means over Patreon. You can join the Antiques Freaks Friends Facebook group if you want to help support them. Do you guys have a Patreon too?
We do.
Yeah, they do.
Okay,
At patreon.com/antiquesfreaks.
Why don't you go over there and hand them some of your money too, so that it can all balance out with Dee giving us her money, and therefore it's just this one Ouroboros of $5 that just keeps getting passed around.
Woo! My favorite kind of
Never actually
Ouroboros.
spent. Paris is a member of that Facebook group, so you can hang out over there and chat with her and ask her weird book antique questions or something. I don't know what you're all up to in there. You could subscribe to Terrible Book Club on YouTube. You can share our shows or tell some people about them, or rate, review us on iTunes, Podbean, Podchaser, anything that has us on it, and you can rate a review. Just like we usually say, scream out your window. Do that for Antiques Freaks too. Include that in your window screaming this week.
Yeah.
Open the window and say, Terrible Book Club, you should listen to it. Also, these freaks with their antiques all the time.
It's the antique freakies.
Yeah, and it goes the same for them. So if you're gonna rate and review us, make sure you do the same for our freaky antique friends.
But also listen to their stuff before you do that, just to be honest about it.
Yeah, but
please.
I mean, if you give them any less than 5 stars, I don't know if you really listened well.
If you give us less than 5 stars, I'm just saying I can't promise that a ghost horse isn't going to go disgustingly clomping down your halls.
It's true. The curse may be upon you.
It might be
if you do not.
1 star. Unclear if ghost horse just my cousin.
Dude, I fucking love reading the low reviews that people have posted for your show. They're fucking hilarious.
They're something.
They just don't.
People are like,
they wish we were persons.
They said the F word. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like what podcast?
I thought this was a Christian antiques podcast.
This is a good Christian podcast. I'm still never going to forget the guy that was just like, seems like 2 design majors talking in their fucking room. I'm just like, buddy, you 100%ed it.
You got it. You got it in one.
Yeah, I don't understand why people were so disparaging about that. I was like, yeah, and they teach you stuff and it's funny. Like, I feel like people think that they're gonna get this dry ass lecture from some fucking stuffy antiquarian weirdo, like, and that's not what they get, and so they're mad about it.
Yeah. It's like, you can go watch the Kino twins do a talk if that's what you want.
Yeah, seriously.
Shots
well, it's
fired.
the same thing for us. People find our show and they're like, oh, this is like, I don't know, people don't even listen to the show and they'll be like, oh, you're just making fun of books. It's like, no, we fucking read them and we review them. That is what we do.
It's always just like, well, if you don't like it, then maybe you shouldn't have read it. It's like, fuck off. Like,
yeah, people
we like
crazy.
books too. We like the one where a lady fucks a bear quite a bit, actually.
Dude, I gotta say,
that was a surprise.
Literature
blew my fucking mind. Yeah. Well, and that's why we do this, because it's fun to read something and be surprised by it and be like, oh my god, this is actually great. Like, because there's so many things I used to pass up because, I was like, oh, I'm too good to read this book about a tiger man with a gun in a post-apocalyptic future. Yeah, look at me now.
Hey, wait.
Fucking
can I get the title? Can I get the title of that one, please?
That one was
shit.
Of the Night.
A Forest of the Night, yeah.
Thank you.
By S. Andrew Swan?
Yeah, you
that
got
might
it.
be right.
You got it.
I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, no, it's a fun, listen, Terrible Book Club is great. It's a fun exploration of what literature can be, and most importantly, what it shouldn't be.
Oh, let me blow you a horsey kiss.
Was that paper?
Yeah. I heard someone turn the pages on a book.
Was that leaves rustling, or did you kiss me? I don't know.
Is that my dad on a horse in the hall?
Dad? Oh, no, it's just paper. Shit.
every time.
You know, Dee, sometimes I think back to 15 years ago when we were both in high school together, and I'm like, is this what I imagined our futures as being?
It really isn't.
It's so funny to think, like, if you had told us 15 years ago, hey, you're all gonna have a friend podcast, it's gonna be weird. I'd be like,
yeah.
What's a podcast?
Well, yeah, I would primarily be like,
that?
listen, you can do stuff on the internet that isn't just, like, pornography on Newgrounds.
That, you know what? If you told me that too, I would have also have been amazed.
It's like, hey, Chris. Yeah, like Chris and I met freshman year for the first day of college or like first week of college or something.
Oh, damn.
And if you had told me then, like, yeah, you two are going to be doing this podcast about books, I was like, what? Also, what is a podcast?
So what is a podcast?
Also,
you really need to clarify.
No one will tell me.
Poor Paris of, like, the Ghost of Paris future, just fucking having to define everything when she goes back in time. Oh, Jesus, God, I gotta tell you all these terms before I even tell you your future. This is the worst.
God, sometimes I imagine telling past me the future, and I would be like, God, it's gonna be so tight trying to get a time I wasn't drunk. Like, I'm gonna show up at a party and be like, I gotta tell you something important. I'm gonna be like, oh, amazing!
Yeah.
A horse!
Oh, something about antique books? All right, that sounds cool.
Oh, antiques are fun.
I'd probably have to tell past me about the hair first.
Well,
oh yeah, you did have luscious hair for a while there. It's true.
I have to be like, listen, man, just try to get as much as you can out now because it's all over and like, yeah, a little bit. So gonna grow out the bottom instead.
I don't know. Yeah, your hair is just gonna all go through your skull and come out the bottom. That's what happened. Yeah.
All right. Well, the last thing on this little bit of copy here was, hey, you can also, we love to hear from you. You can contact us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Goodreads. Send an email to terriblebookclub@gmail.com. Antiques Freaks, where's the best place to yap at you?
antiquesfreakspodcast@gmail.com.
There you go. So send a couple emails to them and to us about your antiques and your books. Make sure you send it to the right space or everyone will be very confused.
No, we can forward things. It's not that hard.
I don't want to click an extra button.
But thank you for joining us during this impromptu Twitch stream. We're basically, Terrible Book Club, we're just streaming every time we record. They're only going to be available on Twitch for a little bit and then never again. So, you'll get the audio of this episode in about a month on our feed, but the video stuff is just kind of like, hey, if you're around, it'll be here for a few days. We figure, people kind of need a little extra something right now, so this is it from us. Hopefully this was fun. It was nice to have some folks in the chat. Even though it was 7:30 for y'all in Australia, that's fucking crazy. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, it was a good time. And of course, thanks to Dee and Ken for doing this with us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We fucking love the Terrible Antique Book Freaks when we combine.
It makes for a ruckus good time. It always improves our podcast, at least. I don't know about the quality of yours and relative to these combined things, but I find these are some of the best in general for us.
Oh, so. Quality straight up, yeah. Straight right up.
Oh yeah, these are always great. Although I wasn't as trashed as I normally am. So
it's a rare moment, yeah.
I know. Normally I get really drunk for these, and it's just great. But today I was, trying to be responsible. So. I gotta play D&D after this, so I can't be too fucked up.
Or can you?
Yeah, maybe that would help our D&D campaign where we left mid-battle last time, so...
Oh, yeah, I know. I have 2 D&D games right now because, things are a fucking...
A lot of time for D&D lately.
Yeah, a lot of time for it. You got it. So, yeah, Chris has Chris World D&D. And then I play another game with most of my bandmates and some people from the neighborhood, which we're just playing the Dragon Heist, a straight D&D classic 5th edition adventure. And I don't know, it's been really fun because we have some new people, some players who thought that they were too good for D&D this whole time.
Oh,
I used to be
wow.
I used to be one of those people too, so whatever. But it is nice to to convert new folks to the game, and it's been going well. Chris's game, yeah. I was just in a shit mood last time we played, and we were just dying, and it was...
For once.
It was bad.
It happens.
Yeah, it's because Chris got his girlfriend involved, and she designed this encounter that fucked us good. Fucked us real good.
So she helped with the limericks and some of the riddles. She came up with, she searched for riddles on her own. I was the one that kind of came up with that, final scene right there. The 13 cups were a co-chair kind of thing there.
No, it was really cool that she helped you because it was really different from other stuff we've done. So I thought it was fun.
What she did design was magic rock climbing in the last arc. That was
which I was obviously all about.
Yeah. Sounds like
I haven't been able to rock climb forever. So
sounds like some controversy in D.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, wow.
That was a bad one. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, we can just end on that part of a joke right there. So, thank you again, Antiques Freaks. Thank you for gracing us with your wonderful presence.
Thank you for having
us.
Maybe one day
we'll reading a terrible horse story with us.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna find more ghosts.
Is there
together.
a way we can what could we do to go on there, Paris? Do we have to review a chair or something? How do we get
please review and then improve a chair.
Yeah, we don't. The problem is that we don't have any antique knowledge really, so.
I think we can probably get you in on one of those antique cozy mysteries. Because I think people have a lot of fun with those, and it is book related and it's antique related.
Oh, yeah.
So we can have you on for that.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Antiques,
that's a good
cozy
plan.
Mystery.
Oh, we've read our share. Like Chris was saying earlier, we read was the bread one?
Murder Gone Awry.
Yep.
Speaking of Murder Rise, you probably can't see in this light, so let me just turn this thing on right here. This is how we'll wrap this up.
The truth come out.
Show off your bread.
Chris is very proud of his
If you
fucking
want
bread.
some real terrible stuff here, here's an antique because it already looks like an old thing anyway. I made some bread out of rye flour, and it looks way doughier than it should. Check this fella out. That's not what bread should look like, but
It should
it's
have
actually
more
tasty.
bubbles.
Yes, it definitely should.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you know, for a
I've-
first shot, you did a good job.
Yeah.
Hey man, bread's hard. I find bread difficult. I've never been able to make a good bread.
I'm probably going to dip
Yeah.
it in some marinara after this.
We've got a friend who's obsessed with perfecting
Oh.
bread.
He's come very close. He makes extraordinarily good bread.
But like watching him has proven that bread is difficult.
Oh, Brandon?
No.
Oh.
I mean, Brandon has perfected bread because he has a bakery.
Yeah, I mean, he's like fucking legit. Chris, I sent you Brandon's video about sourdough
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
starter.
Yeah, no, Brandon is a bread phenom, but no, it's
I
our friend
wanted to
Daniel.
just fully fly by the ass of my pants here on this first bread venture, and like honestly, I think it could have turned out worse. It's more of like some kind of crusty dough than bread, I would say, but hey, it tastes all right.
There you go.
I made a pizza the other day, and I bought pizza dough. Thank God I didn't try to make the dough this time. But I made the sauce, and the sauce was actually fucking phenomenal. But I realized as I was about to start making the pizza that I didn't have a rolling pin, so I had to use like an olive oil bottle to roll out the dough. And it did work, but it was a very strange shape. It was like some kind of trapezoid, but it was good. And it worked. So if you don't have a rolling pin, I guess olive oil is the solution, or
There
a
you
wine
go.
bottle,
Hey
or
man,
something.
you don't have to have like perfect pizzas over here. We can have irregular pizzas; they taste just as good.
Yeah.
No dough shaming in this space.
No dough shaming.
no.
This is a pro dough only.
No, yeah, all doughs are accepted here. We'll take almond dough, we'll take rye, we'll take oats.
Everyone
we'll
knows
take
I
all
like me
your
some
doughs.
doughiness anyway.
I'll take a coconut flour dough with the right recipe.
Give me your almond, give me your oat, give me your corn.
All right, quick question. Are we still recording? Because I have to run to the bathroom.
Okay,
We are.
We can stop right here. All right, D, you're free to go. Bye, everyone.
all right.
Bye, Paris. Bye, Ken. Bye,
Yeah,
D.
bye all.
Bye, guys.